That I'm back up. Everyone, we up, we running, we good, we going.
Let's go.
Fam,
Oh,
please,
We
please tell me that we are going again. I hate when I have to do this. I hate when I have to. I hate when my VOD gets broken up. It makes me so mad.
Oh, I hate it so much too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes Twitch is smart about that. If you get like a brief disconnection, like a few minutes or
like
or something
just
like
now,
that.
I stopped my stream and started over, and my VOD is going to be in 2 parts. I don't.
Yeah,
know
when you
why
do it
it's
like that,
this.
it's definitely gonna be like that. Or if OBS crashes, or it's gonna split it. That's where
the
it
thing is,
sucks.
like, it won't. Like my bit rate is it's still doing this thing. Why is it like this? I hate this. I'm gonna have to.
Bitrate kun.
I'm gonna have to start streaming either like earlier or later if this is gonna be, because I thought that it was my antivirus and I got rid of that. And now it's just less consistent about when it does it. And I'm furious that this is a thing that keeps happening.
Oh yeah, I get you. 100%.
But like
I hear you, it's frustrating.
It's hard for me to stream earlier or later than I do, so I don't know what to do about this. Unless I like change my schedule entirely, which I don't think I can do.
yeesh.
Okay, well,
Not sure.
I don't know if it's stabling out, but let's just do it. Let's just go.
Okay, we can move on then. Kamen Rider J.
S for talking bug.
That's good.
I know
For me,
nothing
it's A,
about
I
Jay,
think.
so
The movie is there on YouTube if anybody wants to watch it.
It is.
Free with English subtitles.
I mean, it was all.
I mean, I liked it. Like, in all seriousness,
It's not bad, but I can't. I mean, it's not A for me. Like,
It's a C. I'm hearing a C.
All right,
It's just okay.
that's a vote
C
for
for-
C.
C
A
for
vote for-
creepy talking bug.
Talking book.
But I put it in A in all seriousness.
Yeah, for me it's A. I think that's an average of A. Then we can put it right there.
yeah, all right.
All right, then Kabuto.
Kabuto.
For me it's B. Personally,
I'd say B.
I could say B.
more B's.
I have a
It's a B.
my opinion on
Hmm.
Kabuto. I have only
don't
seen very
remember
little of
right
it,
now.
and I honestly, I didn't hate it. It's just that I disliked that they were like, okay, Hibiki tried something super new, so let's be incredibly conservative in our creation of the next show, and that's what still bugs me
Well,
about it. Like, I love the
no,
suits, and I'm sure that if I watch the whole show, I'm sure I'll find stuff to like about it, but it feels very cowardly creatively, which is, sorry. I just
No,
really
no,
like
you're
Hibiki.
I think if conservative is the word for it. I think it's only in the suits because everything else about it is like
Invasion of the Body
The show
Snatchers, all this
itself
other stuff.
is very
Oh.
buck wild. But it's another one
Yeah,
where the
it's
lead
crazy.
actress got sick, so they kind of
bonkers.
lost track of what they were doing.
it's
Oh.
bonkers in many different ways.
Right.
Yeah, traditional. Never. It
And
never
the
struck me
Hopper
as a-
brothers. The Hopper brothers alone, just for having them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They are.
for
I
me
mean,
it's
I
B.
love
but-
I love the names Kick Hopper and Punch Hopper. I think are beautifully blessed names. They're really funny.
Oh yeah.
I
They
could do
remind
B.
me of Kick Puncher from Community.
So what is the average here?
B.
I think B.
B.
Okay, that works.
Next
All
up.
right. Then Kiva next. For me, it's also for me it's C actually.
For me,
Kiva's a B.
A.
put
I
it
love
in A.
Kiva. I love
yeah.
Kiva.
I love
love
Wataru. I love the
Yeah, there we go.
2008 half of Kiva. I have a lot of.
Mm.
I love Otoya,
Back banning,
but
huh?
the 86
Yeah.
storyline
I
has
hear
a
you,
lot
I
of
hear you,
things
I hear
where
Yeah.
look, this is the only thing I say about how you choose to watch Rider. Please watch Hibiki before you watch Kiva. Zanki does not deserve that. Zonky
Yeah.
does not
Genji
deserve.
Matsuda. Yeah.
Zonky does not deserve to have you watch Jiro first.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Genji Matsuda, same
Oh,
actor.
Jiro.
The world's most
There's a joke
lovable
about
man.
He
calling
looks so
Otoya
good, though.
Grease too, but I'm not smart enough to make it right now.
I nowadays I just look at the actor and I see Grease more than I see Otoya. Funny enough.
Oh, see, I don't know if it's just because like Kiva was such a big thing for me that I always see Otoya, but I love
I still love it,
Kazumi.
though.
I adore Kazumi,
So-
but
Like, for me, Kiva is high, but maybe B then?
Yeah,
I think we're
because we had
averaging a
2
B.
votes for A, 2 votes for
Yeah.
C. I think that averages on a C, on a B. I mean,
All right, Loboto Ingrisur, and then the original, the goat.
Wait, what is it?
I
What
mean,
is it?
is
OG.
it right or wrong?
is that Ichigo?
Oh, it's an original?
Yeah, the
Yes, the original
original
series.
Ichigo.
Oh,
So-
I think that's S
Ichigo-
tier. Like,
Ichigo is
there's
S
no-
tier. He's
that's
the
what it is
OG.
tier.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, but not because he's just the OG. Like seriously, I like
I
everything.
haven't watched
Everything
it, so
about
that's
it.
the only
There's
thing
a
I have
lot
to
of-
I
go
don't know.
by.
For me, I'd put it in A just because V3 is S. Like, there's a clear distinction for me. Like, V3 is just such a good, better show, so I have to do that. But you can put him in S.
I think the OG has so many interesting and fun and buck wild
That's true.
episodes. Like the episode where Hongo has to find Hitler's secret treasure before Shocker does, and the entire episode.
No, you win. You got me.
You
Yeah,
S,
on teaching
S,
children
S,
that Nazis
S,
were
S.
bad. You
We
know,
converted
and
S
I'm
tier.
just like, yeah, and that is
you
just
wouldn't
so.
expect to hear something like that.
Well, not in a
I mean,
Japanese
we've got
TV
Starfish
show.
Hitler too in X, right?
Yeah, that's an entirely different
yeah,
thing. But yeah.
It's a different
That's
thing, but
fine.
no. At one point, Takeshi Hongo narrates to himself. He says, like, the terror of Hitler cannot be allowed in the world again. And that sounds
Oh,
very
yeah.
mild for a Western audience, maybe. But for a
But
Japanese TV show of the 70s, it's pretty good. It's
Yeah.
pretty good. It's real good.
Yeah,
Also, that
that's kind
episode,
of
I'm not
like-
going to
Yeah.
spoil it because I want people to watch it, but one of the things that I love about OG Writer is that it has this thing where, you know, in a lot of Western comic writing about superheroes, there's all this stuff about, oh, superheroes cannot be too overpowered because then you're a bad writer, or then it's too hard and you write yourself into a dead end. And the Japanese writers, especially of the Showa era, did not have this problem. Like, a lot of Showa era heroes are just so completely undefeatable, and that doesn't make them bad, because the whole point is, it's not that Kamen Rider is going to beat the bad guy, because you know that he is. The whole point is what kind of crazy 10th dimensional, ridiculous, impossible chess
yeah,
he does. You know, it's just, he does things that are completely impossible even in the logic of the show, and it doesn't matter because he is justice and Shocker are Nazis, and heck, Shocker. So I love original Kamen Rider. Can you tell? I just really love it. It's really fun.
One thing
Oh,
I
and
really
theme
want
song
to
is
say. Mhm.
Sorry, the theme song
No,
is
no.
playing for me right now.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No. I literally just said the theme song of original Kamen Rider is playing right now in my
Oh,
playlist. So
gotcha.
Sorry. Go on.
Nice. Another great coincidence. One thing I really want to say that I don't know, somehow this conversation reminded me of a lot of the Showa series sometimes are said to be very episodic, but they are very episodic, but never mistake that for anybody who's watching that, maybe interested in watching them or not interested in watching them. Episodic does not mean that they get repetitive. And I think the original series is a very good example of that, especially because it can be compared to a lot of anime, modern anime, or even old anime in like sagas and arcs. Like I believe the term that is used for this is coup, from a French word, I think it is, COUR, which is about 12, 13 episodes, pretty much like a real life season, you know, like fall, spring, summer, 3 months or so, right? And Kamen Rider really sticks to those things. It doesn't take long before you see a change in the status quo. 13 episodes in, Kamen Rider 2 comes in, then around the same time, then Coronel Soul comes in, then a big character dies and it shifts into this. It's really worth your time in that way. And some other series from Showa are like that. Actually, I think it was Heisei Phase 1 that started to change that formula, like not doing sagas straight up like that. And we're only seeing them back in that way. At least that's the way I see it. But yeah, they definitely have that. But yes, this is an S. This is an S then from what we said.
Yeah. Also, because canonically, Kamen Rider has been fighting evil for 50 years. As in, Takeshi Hongo canonically, has kept on traveling the world, punching and kicking evil in the face. And
Yep, can't stop, won't stop.
Will not
He
stop.
got those he got those gains.
Oh, yeah, those were
He doesn't just
episodes
have
6 and
games.
7
He doesn't
of
just have games.
the episodes I was talking about. It's a two-parter from OG Kamen Rider. It's episode 6 and 7. Someone in my chat was asking.
Yes, those are the ones.
No, it's real good. It's a good time.
The
Yes.
Cougar.
Cougar.
Cougar
S.
Cougar S.
Cougar
S. Immediate S.
Yes,
Yes.
Kenta from my chat
Yeah,
wanted to
definite
give an
S.
S to that. By the way, so here you go, Kenta. S. For
Well, I
That's
think
an
that's
S.
for
for
sure.
Cougar.
Yep, that's a
Show
definite
Henshin,
S.
Kamen Rider.
I love
Cougar.
how many S's there are so far. Well, yeah, because all these are
A lot of
decent.
good writers. It's
Count the
almost like a lot
medals.
of
1,
Kamen Rider
2,
is
and
really good.
3.
Maybe we're
As Kamen
biased
Rider-
because we love Rider. I don't know.
I have to say, yeah,
Kamen
maybe
Rider-
we were
Kamen Rider
biased.
always been good.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
next
it's
time
all-
we get somebody who absolutely hates the guts of Kamen Rider, who can't
No,
stand
it's like,
talking about.
You know the meme of like, oh, Kamen Rider is mostly good, always has been.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
it's all good. Always has
Always
been.
has been.
Yeah.
Oh,
Until we get to Saber.
yeah.
Oh,
Oath. What about Oath?
Oath,
For me,
A? I
S.
put O's in
S.
A.
it's also S for me.
Can't give an opinion on
It's
those.
so good,
Vote
but
an A.
I
S
A.
for me.
don't
are we
like the
average?
dinosaur
Sounds like A
medals.
average.
A average. Okay.
I mean, I'm voting S, but I think it sounds like A average.
Okay. Yeah, we can go for that.
Is it? Because I
We can
feel
go
like
for
I'm
that.
the only one saying A.
No,
What?
I said A as well. But I guess it was 4 out of
Have a vote.
6 that said
in my
S.
chat.
Yeah, if most of you are
I said
saying
S.
S, put it in S. I
Put it
just
in
don't like
S.
the dinosaur medals.
That being said,
I don't have an opinion on it.
I love them. But yeah, I think that's S. I think that's S overall.
I just love
Yeah.
that show so much. I love the cast. So I watched the 10th anniversary. I'm not gonna say spoilers. 'cause
I
it's
still
very
need to
recent,
see that.
Yeah, I
and,
still
No
haven't.
spoilers. Don't say spoilers.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
divided opinions on it, but for me, honestly, it almost didn't matter the quality of it because I just loved hanging out with those characters again. And that's the thing.
Mm.
That's the thing for me with that show. I just love that entire cast. I love hanging
Yeah.
out with those characters.
The chemistry between them is really good. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
real.
Punk and Age.
Yeah, it's
the
it's
actors,
another
great.
show where their chemistry was so good that they have all stayed close, and I like that about them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why they were able to do the 10th also, because they were all willing to come back to it.
Yeah,
So that's
that
great.
that is the requirement for any 10th anniversary project with Toei. Is they have to get everyone back.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
That probably.
I think
that
it's.
probably,
I think with Rider it might be a little looser because, like with Sentai, you have to be able to get every
Yeah.
member of the team.
Yeah.
that one makes sense though. Yeah.
Yeah, with Rider, I think they can maybe be a little looser with what everyone means, but I assume that they would at least have to be able to get all of the riders.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, speaking
I
of
can't
all
tell. What is
writers,
this next one?
Ryuki.
yes.
Ryuki?
For
the
me,
first
it's
Rider
C.
one.
I'd put
Where I
Ryuki
give my-
in B.
My hot take.
I
D.
A or
I'd put
B for
Ryuki
me?
in B.
B.
I
AB.
like
I guess.
Ryuki a lot, but I wish that more people remembered Yui when they thought of Ryuki.
I remember her a lot. She's such a central
Yui
part.
was my
She's
favorite
like the main character, though.
Yeah,
Or like,
she
well, not the
is,
main
but
character,
no one
she's like-
ever talks about her.
But Shinji, Ren, and her.
Oh, for me,
Yeah.
I love episode final. I think that was an absolute badass moment that she had. Not saying any spoilers, but the way she ended things in episode final, Yui was an absolute badass for doing what she did there.
Honestly,
And-
the way she stands up for herself in the show, the bit
Yeah.
where she stands up to Shiro and is like, "No, stop it! I don't want you to do this for
No.
me. I didn't
It's
ask
so
for
good.
this." She's so good,
and
and
I-
no one ever talks about her.
I just want to.
I think because of the ending, probably overshadows it.
No, everyone just only talks about
And the serial killer writer,
no.
Oja.
Well, to be fair, it's
OJ,
13
but no,
writers.
No, it's just most of what I have always seen Ryuki fans talk about is Kitaoka and Goro, who are great, and I love them. But
Sure.
like
They're great too.
Yui is so good and has such a good story, and I just wish she
Yes.
was acknowledged more.
And apparently Scissors is a meme in Japan.
He's a meme. Yeah.
There's a lot of like
anywhere.
weird Kamen Rider memes in Japan.
I wanted to.
But that's why he got like a ride watch or something.
So, I don't have a rating
think B.
for Ryuki, but I have a funny story.
Yeah, tell us.
Here's what I wanna come clean about bad writer opinions I've held in the past, because this is something I like doing. I like coming clean about having had bad opinions on things that were uninformed. And Kamen Rider Ryuki, was the first post-Black RX writer that I ever saw, and I saw it I had like a hobby magazine, one of those that has like loads of oh, Aria's rating, sorry. Welcome, Raiders. Hi. I will talk to you in a second. Thank you. Basically, I saw the suits in Ryuki, and I had the fucking knee-jerk boomer-ass reaction of like, why are they not Bugman? Whoa. Oh no, oh my god. And like, when I look at those suits now, they are all-timers. They're all-timer suits. They're so good. And also, I want to come clean on another opinion. When Double came out, I thought Double was a cool idea. But when Oz and Force came out, without watching them, I immediately turned off because I was like, oh, Double was 2 and then Oz is 3 and Force is 4. This is dumb. What kind of opinion is that to have about an entire show?
No.
Oh man, the fandom held on to that numbering for so long too.
Dumb. But welcome.
I'm pretty sure there are some people that still believe it.
All the way up to Zio. Yeah, no, there are some people that will really stretch to fit numbers into some of those.
I can go as far as Wizard with the 5 fingers. Everything past
Rock
that.
seeds were 6 shaped. Drive's thing was shaped like a 7. What else?
I don't see it. I don't see it.
I can see the lock seed. Drive thing is very, very...
Ghost had a lot of infinity imagery, which was 8.
Oh yeah, and that's how it's an 8.
I don't see the drive one though.
Yeah, I don't see the drive. Honestly,
the thing.
I feel like Wizard is stretching. I accept Wizard, but I still feel like it's stretching. Yeah, Gashats were like a 9.
Yeah, that's
here.
I'll draw the line. Wizards is
Where's the 9 in build? I don't know. But anyway, that's another story entirely. What was the final average for Ryuki then?
It was
I
B.
think B.
Yeah,
B?
B.
Okay.
Saber.
Saber? Look, I love Saber. I would put Saber in C just because it was not cohesive. It could not hold itself together.
It was a mess.
Based on this list, it has to go at the bottom.
Like I love it. I love Saber. I do, but man, it is an incoherent mess sometimes.
Like take off the rose tinted
very rushed in some things, in my opinion. I don't think it's incoherent, but I think it's very rushed in some parts.
Parts of Saber I like, and that's the nicest thing I'll say about it.
Like now that we're in
revise.
So yeah, it has to go to C. It has to.
Goes to C overall?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd need a new tier for it, but
I would go as far as say D.
I would need a new tier.
I mean, look,
we have to have a C before we can put a D, though, right?
Maybe. I would put Gaiman D. I'd put Gaiman below D, but I'm being nice.
That's
it's
fair.
the average.
Now that we have Revise, I could take like the rose tinted glasses of novelty off for Saber. It was a fucking mess.
Yeah, no, Saber is a very, very mushy story. I think most of it is at the fault of the pandemic because they did not know what they were going to be able to, like, what regulations would allow them to accomplish.
Also, I hate recolors.
I'm not super fond of the main 3 suits. I like Blades because I don't like Saber and Espada as much because I feel like they're unbalanced. Where Blades, at least because his is the middle book, his suit doesn't feel like he's gonna fall over.
Also, I hate Primitive Dragon because half of it is literally the toy book. You guys remember that?
No, I remember it. But...
Oh no, not Primitive Dragon. Elemental Dragon is where he has the big.
No, book. Primitive Dragon too.
It had the Primitive?
It's just the shoulder is literally just the toy freaking book, and I hate that because the other half of it is so cool looking.
Because I remember having that problem with
There are some suits I definitely hate.
Dragon. Hold on, let me look. Okay, it does.
Yeah,
There's also a
I'm not,
thing-
I
Wait,
didn't
wait, hold on,
actually
hold on. I can
remember
just show it
because the
here.
hand, because the like claw hand
Yeah, the
goes over
hand.
it. I completely forgot that the
it's-
book was there.
It's so bad.
I just remembered the
You learn
hand as
Sticky?
like bone ribs.
With
I
Lion
completely
Siki.
forgot it was a hand holding the book.
That's
I
when
think
it's
that's
so.
clever, actually. I like it.
Like, I have to say,
I
I
don't
like
know.
it.
I think
I
it's a
don't
clever
know.
design. I just don't like that there is a big sticker on the suit.
Right.
Okay, so
I
I
like
feel
it.
like
I like
Saber's
And
like really
Primitive Dragon's
lazy.
intro is like one of the two things about Saber I like would give like a really, really, really A+ for me.
Oh yeah, that
It looks
story
so
I think is great.
Give that
just-
suit a hand. Somebody said in my chat. In my chat.
Oh no.
I was just bothered by the fact that there was a big vinyl sticker on the suit.
Yeah.
I was not super into that.
Well, so it's a C overall as the average.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
couldn't tell who-
that's where we're
Yeah.
putting it.
All right, Shin.
I love Shin.
I don't know
Like,
anything
no cap,
about
I
Shin.
unironically
for me
unironically love watching
Is
Okay.
a so bad it's good thing.
Okay,
Like-
so
It's gonna be B. Or actually,
I-
no, it's gonna be C.
I put it in high
I would-
B, low A.
Shin can't be the same tier as Saber. It's got to be
Did you-
above Saber. That's the one.
Yeah, that's.
If the average is that, yeah.
Oh,
So-
thanks for the
I mean,
hydrate.
I don't know anything about Shin, so I'm not gonna say. But if you
I-
want
It's
to
on
put it in
YouTube if
C,
you
at
wanna
least
watch
put
it,
it
like-
in front of Saber.
Whenever you
Yeah,
want to
it's
watch it, is there. Yeah.
I
Right,
I wouldn't
I love
say
the
it's the
effects-
room
the
of
effects in
Kamen
Shin.
Rider, but
The effects in Shin are real good.
I agree.
On Primitive Dragon.
Who was it that was in charge of the effects? Amemiya? Keita Amemiya, or was he
It
just?
I'm pretty sure it was Kate. I think Kate Mamiya did some design for
Like-
Shin.
yeah,
the thing with Shin is
I think he was in charge
I
of
want
the
to
effects.
spoil it, but the way it just magic fetus.
Oh yeah, that's awful.
Magic
That
fetus.
or
Like-
well, that is hard on the eyes or hard to look for me personally. But
Magic
it's meant to be
grasshopper
horror.
fetus.
I don't know.
yes,
I mean,
it was meant to be. It was
the
meant to be
magic
horror.
fetus it's so
Yes, he was
silly.
He was the
Magic
special
Grasshopper
effects director.
is-
the
Magic
thing that I
Grasshopper
really
fetus.
enjoyed about it is
Yeah.
that I personally really do find Shin as like a really good whatchamacallit tragedy film because of the
Yeah.
fact that it's a like it's really taking away it's kind of like a Hulk sort of deal where you really can't control that factor of that transformation. It's
Kind
from
of
a
yes.
perspective of like a writer, it's a very sad story to watch. But I feel like it's
I think all writers.
Because
are
that's
actually
kind
I
of-
feel like
that-
it's an
that was kind
enjoyable.
of-
I still find it kind of enjoyable to watch, even though I'm not big on horror films. I still find it
Neither am I.
fairly enjoyable. So
I think
for
it's
me,
because-
I'd probably put it. I personally would put it in like an A or a B. Personally, that's for me, anyways. That's me.
For me,
but
it's
I know
B,
that
I think.
I know that everyone else is saying B or C, and then just move.
No,
Saber
it
down
can't be
to
with
D.
Saber. It can't be with Saber.
And then I'm hearing other people say, "Okay, move Saber down to D."
Oh no, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, yes.
I
Move
feel
Saber
like-
down to D. I'm down for that.
I feel like
I don't
Shin is
think
one of
Saber
those.
deserves that.
No, it doesn't deserve that.
I think Shin is one of those
It's a good
stories
series.
that
It's a good series.
Shin is one of those stories that very much is like trying to get at the roots of the original concepts of Kamen Rider in
yes,
a
I love
very
that.
direct way, because a lot of Ishinomori's concerns, like thematic concerns with Rider, were always that the Rider character, the main Rider,
Mm.
was someone who was irreversibly changed
Yes,
by evil
I love that.
and chose to
Yes.
do good from that. And so that irreversible change is a bodily, physical body horror change. Like one of the first things that happens to Takeshi Hongo after he escapes Shocker is it's very silly and it's very cheesy, but he tries to get a glass of water for the scientist and he breaks the tap because he doesn't realize how strong he is, because he's like, I am not like a human anymore. And he's got a lot of angst about that. And I feel that Shin and Black were both trying to like really recapture that essence of it. That like body horror essence. Yeah.
No, a lot of them have that. A lot of them have that, which is well, not body horror, not body horror. What I like about it, just the irreversible nature of it.
Yeah.
For me, all writers should have that. All writers should have that to a degree. Like there's something you have that you can't reverse, that you can revert, and you've done it for the sake of good, or somebody did it to you for something else, but you made it be something good. Also, Blade's ending is something I love for that reason that you were mentioning earlier.
Yes.
It reaches into that territory. And we can talk about this.
The
like
writers on
we
Zio are cowards for not letting those two men hug. Absolute cowards.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Skyrider. Oh, please watch Skyrider series.
Skyrider it's a show I really want to watch because everything I heard about it is really good. And what I'm going to say now is not, this is not a rating, but I hate that the show is just called Kamen Rider. I'm sorry. I get what they were going for.
There's new Kamen Rider.
And they were doing that. No, it's just called Kamen Rider. They were going for something before home media really existed. Before they didn't think 50 years after people would be talking about these shows. That's fine. But from this perspective, now it's like there's 2 TV shows called Kamen Rider. It really bothers me. I'm sorry.
That's why we have to say new Kamen Rider or Sky Rider series or something like that.
Yeah.
But please, everybody, watch Sky Rider. This is my bias here.
I haven't seen it, so I can't.
It's an incredible balance of a reboot, a standalone thing, and a super continuity-heavy show that just has like the best treatment of its legacy content. I think it's everything writers should be. But that's a next year.
Training arc is awesome. Yeah, I think I'd put it in A or S, so we can go S. Has anyone else? Are we just the only 2 who've seen it?
I have not seen it.
Probably. Yeah.
The only
let's just stick it in S.
era I've seen is Amazon.
And fun fact about Sky Rider, the second longest Rider series, right after the original. This has 54 episodes. And the third longest is Wizard at 53.
Yes.
Believe it or not.
Even though I am hesitant to count those last 2 as actually part of Wizard. And I love them. But it's Shoaikawa doing 2 episodes of weird fan fiction. Like Wizard had concluded it was over. And then they were just like, hey Shoaikawa, come back for a hot second to write 2 episodes of weird fan fiction for us to bridge the gap between Wizard and Gaim. And he was like, okay, I've got nothing else going on at the moment.
Let's bring Decade in too. Why not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Decade was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
that's right.
It was great.
It was a weird fanfic.
I think it was great. It was
wonderful. Good. I love it. But I will not call it anything other than weird fanfiction.
Now, Stronger.
I've seen a couple episodes of Stronger, and I like it.
Stronger could be A.
Yeah.
I put it in A.
I put it in A.
Stronger really kind of drags. There's a point where it kind of starts dragging, but
it's right there
otherwise
on
I'd
the
say
chest. Take a look at the chest. It's suggesting you what the tier is.
I gotta say A.
That looks like an A to me, man.
Orewa Stronger.
Really good.
Orewa Strongest.
Oh,
really
it's a
good.
compelling argument.
He's stronger than strongest.
A
oh my
for
God,
almost
I can't do it as well as Mizushima Hero.
A for almost S.
It's great because in the video game he says something that actually both Kabuto and Stronger. Which video game was this? Rider Generation. Stronger says something like, "The me from tomorrow is stronger than the me from yesterday." Strongest.
Wow.
That word has no meaning to me. So that's pretty much the reason
why.
why.
There is a clip.
That's so good. And Kabuto says something similar in his own way in the same video game, which is great.
In 2006, they were airing these bumpers between Bokenger and Kabuto, and one of them was like a couple of the Kabuto characters looking at other Kamen Riders, and there's the one with they look at Stronger at one point, and Mizushima Hero, and this like scares the shit out of me. But he goes, Korewa Stronger, and says Stronger in completely unaccented English. And then,
he's good.
Orewa Strongest. And Strongest is also, like, I am a native English speaker, and I can't say that sentence without Stronger and Strongest being unaccented.
That's something that can happen. Yeah.
Like, the fact that, like, I know he is fluent in English. I know that he lived, I think, in Washington and California for a long time. Like, I know that he is fluent and can speak English perfectly, but to be able to transition between two languages mid-sentence like that and, like, completely annihilate his accent is amazing to me.
あいつは stronger, 俺は strongest. Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Super One theme song is playing in the background, and now we have Super One. Wonderful.
That's
For
one of the
me-
ones I haven't seen, so I can't comment.
For me, it's
Same.
gonna be a B.
Yeah, I can't comment on any of the show arrows, fortunately.
I crowned it F tier because the Yakuza stole my belt.
Oh my gosh, no!
Yeah. I mean, my only affiliation to Super One is I have a little dish from the Kamen Rider diner that has his logo on it.
Oh, that's great.
That's my
great.
only affiliation to Super One.
Yeah, I'm not actually giving any actual rating.
I don't know.
So that's gonna be
anything
B.
about it.
My single vote, I think. It's very similar to Hibiki in the way that it changed its approach in the middle of the show, and well, the second half really is not as good as the first half. It's not bad per se, but it really
Well, it's a show
changes
that
things.
got Rider cancelled, isn't it?
Kind of. I don't know all the facts, but I don't know if that's entirely
Well, but
what
it's
happened.
it's the last Rider show before Black for like 7 years.
Yeah. Similar to what happened with Stronger. There's a hiatus. Sekros didn't get done into a full series, which is what they plan to do. I don't know if that caused the cancellation, but yeah. Now B3.
B3. I do love
Yes.
B3. I do love me some B3. Kazumi Shiro.
Yes.
What is it? 100
Yes.
Technique? It's very good.
So this is
Yeah,
an S
S.
overall.
I think everyone who's seen it is saying S. So
Yes.
Yeah, it's really good. I've seen like a bunch of it.
Wizard.
It's really good.
Wizard.
Wizard?
Then Wizardo. This is
Wizardo.
A
Wizard,
for me.
definitely.
I would put
A.
Wizard in A.
Hi, Ellie.
I love Wizard.
oh,
I give
okay,
it
we're
an
all
A.
agreed on A. Okay.
I thought it was
Okay,
going to be
A.
controversial as fuck.
Let me say something.
No,
Haruto
I will
and
throw
Kosuke
hands on behalf
are
of Wizard.
absolute charisma machines. Oh my god, they are great.
Oh, you
I
can't, you
do
can't deny
think
it,
Beast
alright?
shouldn't have been the secondary rider and had just been saved to use as his own show.
That. I wouldn't disagree with that.
It's a lot of
But I think he
money.
kind of
Because
saved Wizard initially too.
I disagree with that. I love the core conceit of Wizard. I love Haruto. I
love
love
Kosuke
his
so much.
story.
That's fair.
I love Kosuke. I think he's amazing.
Okay, what about
absolutely
Shunpei?
adore
Who
him.
here likes Shunpei? Anyone
do.
else like Shunpei?
I do.
Okay, good.
I don't
love
dislike
he's
him.
alright.
I'm
I
neutral
love
about
the
it.
Yeah, I
enti-
don't
I love
dislike
the
him.
entire main cast of
Oh my
Wizard
gosh.
and would fight
Oh, good.
everyone.
I
like
thought I'd be
each and every
alone.
one of
I
them.
thought I'd be alone. I'm so happy.
See,
Yeah, I
again,
don't have
becomes
much of
Shunpei.
an opinion on Wizard because I've not seen much of it, but I will say that the suit, the Wizard suit, is impeccable. I really love
yeah.
the design,
Love.
and I had been
It's
looking at that I had been looking at that suit for like several years until I realized that the helmet is also a ring, and it blew my mind when I realized that.
Yeah, love or hate Wizard, you can't
Wow.
deny he had style.
Yeah,
Yeah,
For
oh,
sure.
the
the whole show is
I
style,
love
and the
Wizard's
soundtrack and
styles.
everything is just mwah.
I don't know if maybe people have realized this at this point, but at the time Wizard was airing, no one seemed to get that the whole show was a metaphor for like coping with depression and suicide prevention.
Hmm.
He's the
Didn't know
final
that.
hope.
That's the whole show. It's literally a dude that has managed to cope with his depression and
Yeah.
prevent his own suicide, helping others do the same. That's literally the
That does
show.
feel good.
Hope
And
instead of
feel good to
despair.
me.
And
Yeah.
no one got that at the time. And I
Because
was
it wasn't
furious.
explicit enough. You see, they
I
they
don't-
didn't say it out, so
I am like, how could they
No,
have
also-
possibly been
also-
more explicit?
it wasn't in the show. But I think I don't know if this is a hot take, but I really love how it ended, quote unquote, again with in that crossover movie, like it's,
Oh, with
the,
in
with Koyomi and everything,
Ultimatum?
and
Yeah.
yes, I adore that ending like so much.
a thing that they take it a little further in the novel, and I feel like this is such a weird idea, but I think it's so interesting. Eventually, Haruto and Rinko have a kid, and it's Koyomi, because she was part of his soul.
Oh, really?
That's the weird direction that the novel takes that. I'm like, that's a choice.
But yeah,
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't see. I didn't see them as a pair like that. But okay,
I did. I did from
I was
the absolute beginning.
Wait, I was distracted. What?
Yeah, in the beginning I did, but then I kind of shifted to
Double.
Koyomi. But
no. We're talking about Wizards still.
Wizards still. Okay, cool. Okay.
But whoa. Whoa.
Fucking shipping wars, my guy.
Oh, no, but now we're talking about Double, which is S tier. Double is S tier.
Yeah, Double is
S tier.
I'm gonna say this. Listen, I'm not a Fujoshi, okay, but those two boys are kissing. That's all I'm saying.
Look, they are. Look, the girl in the manga, the girl they put in the manga, she is only there to no homo those two boys.
Yep.
That is the only reason her character exists.
I mean, Memory of Heroes is like, they have like fights that are like, okay, yeah, get a room, guys. That's like,
totally.
Okay,
that's the conflict of Memory of Heroes. Get a room, you two.
I prefer them as partners.
I also love. Okay, I gotta say, from a writing perspective, the idea that it's not just that they merge into one Kamen Rider, but the fact that each of them is from a different genre of mystery crime fiction, because Philip is from 19th century, like, or Agatha Christie style, like, Poirot.
Oh yeah,
like
100%.
super genius crime investigator, and Shotaro is like noir, and they merge these genres so beautifully. It's just such a perfect idea for characters that are, each other's most important person in the world. It's just such a genius masterstroke of writing.
And I'm not gonna go on this tangent. But one day y'all are gonna have to come back here and listen to me talk for 2 hours about how Shotaro and Philip are this very perfect mirror of Narumi and Shroud, and how like those and like the way those two stories function, and how Akiko and Terui are also a mirror of the two of them in a lot of ways.
Interesting.
What it comes down to is that his successor is partnered with her son, and his daughter is partnered with her successor, and it always comes back to partners, and it's no one could force anyone in a certain direction. You have a destined partner, and everyone ends up with, like, she tried to put her son with her successor and she couldn't, because every relationship comes back to the relationship between the two of them. I have a lot of thoughts and feelings on this, and I'm not gonna drag it further now. But
I am here for all of those thoughts.
I will do a full PowerPoint presentation on this one day.
Ooh, there are so many topics in Rider we can make an entire stream about. Yeah.
See you, Kenta. Happy Kamen Rider Day.
Happy Kamen Rider Day. Woo!
Happy Kamen Rider Day, everybody.
Kamen Rider Day.
Okay, so double S tier for me.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's an S tier then, right there.
Oh, we only have
from double to X. I like it. That is S tier for me. X is
really
S.
fun. What I've seen of it, it's really fun.
I haven't seen X, so I can't really
X
say.
is kooky. I'd put it in A or B. I don't know. It's kooky.
Great thing about X is that it's a short series, so you can pick it up if you want. And it also has arcs. It also has sagas that pick up very quickly. Like, wow, the pace is really good. Really good pace. And a legendary character in Apollo Geist, in my opinion. He's an absolute superstar.
Okay, yeah. I do know Apollo Geist is a big deal.
He's an absolute superstar to me. He has charisma too. But yeah, what is it overall then? S, A, B?
I can't say.
What did somebody else say, Justy?
I think I'm leaning more towards A, but I just kind of, for me, it's Showa is like V3 and then everything else, so. Boy in Black, but yeah, I say A, but I think we're mostly S's, it sounds like.
There's no average here, I guess. I'll do an A then. I don't know. Well, yeah, let's just leave it in A for now then.
Just leave it.
Then
Zio?
hold on, I lost it. G-O. This is getting
D.
big now.
D.
Okay.
Amanda,
Put him in D.
For me, I mean,
If we have to have Saber and C, Zio goes in D.
I haven't seen it. I
Really?
haven't seen all of it yet, so I can't say anything.
Zio had good episodes, but was an incoherent mess. It has really good legacy content, and also really bad legacy
I
content.
think it was quite coherent. I think they were.
Zio was completely Okay, no, hear me out. I have an argument. Zio took 3 months of plot and threw it in the trash, and just pretended it didn't happen.
Yeah.
You mean the beginning arc?
No, the entire White Waz arc. It was like, I have given up on my ambition. I am erasing myself and my timeline. This no longer exists. And I'm like, really?
bye.
That is 3 months you made me sit through this, and now you're just gonna say it never happened? No.
Yeah.
Pay it off.
I will say I have never forgave him for never doing a version of Waz with the other belt, because I was kind of hoping that's what they were leading up to, for like a Black Waz and a White Waz showdown with the other belt.
Yeah.
I was hoping there was also going to be a Grey Waz that was on Tsukiyomi's side. I'm also mad about the Kiva arc forever. It is garbage.
Whenever Gio had a bad episode, the one thing that kept me going through the Gio bad episodes was Waz, because Waz was always, that actor was always giving it 110%, and he was always hilarious.
Yeah, no, Waz carried that entire show.
Now what I will say is my opinion on Gio is it's a bit mixed. Because I will once again present my biases on the table, because the Hibiki tribute episode, I was expecting them to mess it up, because nothing post the first 29 episodes of Hibiki, nothing they've ever done with Hibiki has been good. I'm sorry. It's never been as good as those 29 episodes. It's never reached those heights of extremely careful writing. And then the two-parter for Hibiki in Gio was like so perfect, and they didn't even get Asumu and Hibiki back, and still the episodes were so perfect it made me cry like a baby. And
it redeemed Kyosuke for me.
The some good episodes are honestly like the best episodes after all these years. Show. They are frankly the best episodes of that show.
But on the other hand, Gio, I had a lot of fun with a lot of Gio, and as I said, kept me going when the episodes were not very good. But the problem that I have with Gio, the main problem I have, it's not just that it's uneven, but it's also that in the end game of it, Decade shows up again, which again I don't personally mind, because I have a good time with Decade. But he shows up and he basically says like, "Oh yeah, this show has not been about time travel all along. It's just been about going to different worlds." And it's like, no. The first half of this show does not work if those writers don't exist in the same timeline in the same world. Like, I can accept that the writer shows exist in different universes for their own seasons, but in Gio, they treat every show as having happened in that timeline.
Not just Gio, I'd say.
Yeah, but I would say, especially in Gio, it's a core conceit of the show.
You watch timelines change. You literally watch Sonoda disappear from in front of Gentaro because the timeline changes.
Yeah, and I don't need the shows to be 100%, canonicity is not the key thing to judge a show. This is not Cinema Sins, okay?
No, you have to at least abide by your own conceit.
Yeah, you have to have at least a modicum of, your premise. You have to respect your premise to a basic degree. And then Decade comes on and it's like, oh no, actually the worlds of the 20 Heisei Kamen Riders have always been different worlds. And it doesn't make any sense. The show doesn't make any sense, because it's not like they try to explain away the first like half of the show. They're just like, oh yeah, this is how it actually is. Lol. Enjoy.
And they also, like, as much as I
have
love
a great theory for that.
The Kamen Rider Kikai episode, because it's really good, they introduce the concept that Sogo can, like, will concepts into being reality.
Yeah.
He can will his dreams into being real, and then they never address it. They just never talk about it again.
Isn't that
also,
a one-time thing?
I don't like Tsukiyomi pointing a gun at a bus full of children. I think that is bad. I do not like it. And the Kiva episodes are
we got to see
garbage and
Tsukasa
have
wearing
nothing
that
to do with
outfit,
Kiva.
though.
I don't care.
I also think that
He
I
looked
think
good
the
in
O's
that bus driver outfit.
I think the O's episodes are
yes.
garbage. I personally think the O's episodes of it are garbage.
They
I think
kind
they're
of
a
Dan
waste
are.
of your
Kuroto,
time.
though. Dan Kuroto.
Look, I
Dan
love Dan
Kuroto's not in
Kuroto,
those.
but put him in the X8 arc. He's
Dan
not. He has
Kuroto-
nothing
No,
to do
actually,
with
I
those.
think it's great that they put other elements from other series in stuff that is not a tribute to their series. I think
They
it
didn't
should be
though.
about
They
that
only did it with that arc.
Yeah,
Well, they also have Forza and
No,
Fize.
Fize in the Forza one.
Forza doesn't count because the only reason Fize is in that arc is because Forza and Meteor were too busy in the Bleach movie. Those episodes were written for them. You can tell if you look at the writing for those episodes, that was written for Gentaro and not Kengo. What was his name?
No, Kingo.
Ryusei. Those two episodes were written for Gentaro and Ryusei. They'd make no sense with Takumi and Kusaka. And it was only because it's really easy to get those two actors back, and both Gentaro and Ryusei's actors were too busy being Ichigo and Ishida in Bleach.
They literally say that. They literally say that in the 0.5 extra episode. They're like,
They do. They do. That was really funny.
Yeah, like I do not count that.
Those 0.5 episodes were great, by the way.
I did not like them. I actually don't like there being as many side spin-offs and specials as there are these days. I think they're they're very poorly handled in like 99% of cases.
So what tier?
I also they're hard to keep up with.
Yeah, also that.
Because apparently, I found out the O's anniversary thing. There were apparently 2 other things that came prologues you have to watch before it.
Yeah, there are some birth things. I think.
Like what?
Some actors who wanted to return couldn't return due to scheduling conflicts. Yeah, Cold Zero. Yeah. Saying that in my chat. But yeah.
I would say for me, it's at the most a B.
No, I would put it in D. I would put it in D.
I cannot accept it being below Saber.
I think it is. I think it is easily a worse show than Saber.
I say C.
It's overall a C or a B. I think it's overall a C from what you're saying.
Yeah.
Although my A maybe balances it out.
No, put it in
C. It can't be above Saber.
I will fight about this one.
It can't be above Saber, but it can't be below.
I will fight about it too. I think there's a lot of things to defend about it.
I really like it, but I think if we're averaging it.
Yeah.
The fact that it changes the direction of its plot no less than 3 times.
Yep.
I think it changes it in a natural way, though. But okay.
No, it does not.
I wanted to say a thing. I wanted to say a little thing about
the movies.
About Geo before we move on, because there's this one thing that a lot of people that don't know much about. They don't know much about Hibiki. They don't know this, but there's a really, really beautiful thing that they did for that tribute, because in Kamen Rider Hibiki, Kamen Rider Todoroki, he's clearly going to get together with Hina, with Hinaka Tachibana.
I know what you're talking about.
And
yes.
And the actor who played her passed away in 2008. Like, she was very young. She was like 24. And at the very end of the episode, as Todoroki kind of takes his bow out, where he's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna walk off kind of now. And he says to himself, I wonder what Hina is cooking. And it implies not only that they're married, but also that she's alive in this world. Yes. And that was
I think that was brilliant.
That was a really thoughtful thing that already in a 2-parter that made me very emotional. That was such a careful, subtle, and loving tribute, I felt.
Yes.
You know? So
I did really love that. Also, as much as I do not like the O's arc, I do appreciate that Watanabe Shu, because Ankh was not in that arc. I don't know if it was because they just didn't write him into it, or because Miura Ryosuke either wasn't available or at the time did not want to come back for Ankh. Watanabe Shu pinned a red feather to his blazer, and that was supposed to represent Ankh.
They are so good with the little details like that and continuity like that. when they want to be, and it's
Yeah,
great
well,
to see.
that was
So many great
entirely
examples.
that was entirely Watanabe's shoe. Like no one else.
Yeah. But I also meant the
input on
Hibiki
that.
stuff.
Yeah, no, the Hibiki
Yeah.
stuff. I don't know if that was just the actor or on a writer level or something, but that I really did love that.
That's one of the reasons why I personally love Geo, because you saw the continuations like that of the lore of
like
the
I
stuff
said,
you saw in there.
Geo
Seeing,
had a
like, for
lot
example-
of really good legacy content. And also really bad legacy content, but its
Yeah.
good legacy content was incredible. Like Blade, Hibiki,
Agito.
Den-O,
Agito, yeah, Agito.
Agito.
If in the Den-O arc in Geo was a perfect crystallization of Yuto's storyline boiled down to 2 episodes, it was perfect. The only problem with it, and this was my problem with, I had a lot of problems with Tyson Grand Prix, but any time that they've brought Yuto back is that he does not acknowledge Irie, and I'm like, please just have him do like exactly what Todoroki did and be like, yo, what did Irie need us to pick up groceries on the way home or something?
Yeah.
Because Hina's continued existence means that they get together. I just need them to acknowledge it.
I hope
But
they
also
do.
the Kiva episodes were garbage.
To be fair,
Yeah.
Yuichi Nakamura might return a lot in the future. He's somebody that returns a lot. I could see him coming back yet again.
I thought he was
doing
retired.
that.
I thought he had retired.
Oh, did he? I don't know.
I thought that he had retired
Honestly-
after Grand Prix and had like come back just once for this Zio thing.
I'm not sure. Well, I don't know about that.
Thinking on it, I'm surprised they didn't do anything with Grease and Otoya like they did with him.
They do
They should have
in
done something.
they
What a
do in
waste.
Heisei Forever. They make
Yeah,
a
but it's
joke
barely
about it in
anything.
Heisei
Did they?
Forever.
Just like a little mention. They should have
Okay,
done
no,
way
see,
more.
what they should have done in the Kiva arc, and I'm sorry, I
It's
have
such a
to go off
waste.
like this again, because again, this
I
was
agree
at
with
the
that.
time they were making the
thought
Grease
about
movie, it shouldn't have been Otoya, it should have been Masao. It should have been Kurenai Masao.
Oh, that would have worked too. Yeah.
His
The way they
son
had
from
Aqua
the
come
future.
back, you could
I'm
come
also
back that
mad
way,
about
too.
Aqua, they did my boy dirty.
Yeah.
Really? I
They
love
did
the
my
way
boy
they brought
dirty.
him back.
I
Aqua.
was very happy when I found out he was going to be in the Zio, but then they did him dirty, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
But it should not have been Otoya, it should have been Masao.
Aqua was so badass, though. Well, to me,
Oh,
he was absolutely.
I love Otoya. I adore Otoya, but
No, I meant
Masao
Aqua.
was literally... Oh, Aqua is a badass, he's my baby. He's my son, but they still did him dirty.
Oh dear.
But, like, Wataru's time-traveling son from the future, when Hora's time machine is Castle Doran?
Yeah.
It
Such a
should
wasted
have been
opportunity there.
Masao. But they did nothing with Kiva. It was completely unrelated to Kiva, except that Jiro exists, but also
It was
is
great to
wrong
see him,
about
though.
the Kiva lore. He's wrong about the Kiva lore. He says that he's bound to serve Kiva, and he's not. He helps Wataru because of a promise he made to Otoya. It has nothing to do with Kiva. So they can't even get the Kiva lore right.
Oops.
Yeah, I thought he said it because
The
like
Decade
it's his choice.
Kiva stuff
to be
weird
bound.
too.
I don't know if
Well,
Decade
that's-
really did
that's the
anything.
other
It's
universe
just
then.
Wataru shows up at the beginning, but
Well, no, because then
they-
Otoya was
Oh, no,
really
they
was
do
the villain
Baby
at the
Kiva.
end for some reason.
they do like baby Kiva
Yes,
in the
Otoya was
middle
there.
there. I don't know.
It was
But,
all of the Kiva
the
stuff was.
Decade was-
They seem to have a problem with Kiva in general. it seems
yeah,
like.
I don't know, but it's like it had nothing to do with Kiva, and they could have done so much with it. Even if they wanted to
Yeah.
have like the girl in jail, it could have had to do with like because Maya was killing all of the Fangires that were marrying humans. Like she could have been involved in that and could have been like blamed for murdering her husband, but it was actually like Maya killed her Fangire husband or something. I don't know. There are so many things that they could have done that they just chose not to do with that arc, and I'm mad about it forever.
I wonder though, when it comes to like what you said about the Grease movie, how the scheduling works or how the production works. Like the first
It
thing we
wasn't
think is
production.
the actor.
It was during the
actor is
promotional
right
period.
there.
Yeah, it was during the like they were done filming it. It was like right before the Grease movie came out. So I'm like, why did you not put him in an episode to promote this movie?
That's
Why
why
did
I'm
you
wondering
not do that?
what is there's probably some bureaucracy or some scheduling thing that doesn't allow them to. There's been similar issues like that. For example, when they were doing in 2014, Kamen Rider Tyson was perfect for Jay. They had like a bunch of 10-year skips. 1974, X, the actor came back. 1984, Sekros, the actor came back amazingly. 1994, I'll get to that in a moment. 2004, when Vice ended, the actor came back. 2014, that's the year in which this is happening. 1994 could have been represented so well with Jay. And Yuta Mochizuki, at the same time this was being filmed, I think they were filming the Dinosaur Sentai movie, because he's also Tyranno Ranger, the Red Ranger from Geo Ranger. And I'm like, they could have done it too, but I don't know. They just didn't see the opportunity, or maybe something with the scheduling or something like that. And I feel it's a similar thing, maybe.
Yeah, I know the reason that Geo didn't do any double stuff is because Masaki Suda is like a really, really big star in Japan and is just booked solid. Like, they just can't get Masaki Suda back. He would love
They could have had somebody else. They barely had anyone until the Gates movie. And that was after, with Terui. Because his actor comes back more often.
He comes back pretty frequently, but like they just can't get Masaki Suda, so they don't do out of suit double things.
Well, okay, we went on another tangent. For now,
I wanted to say, while you went on that tangent, I didn't want to interrupt, and I went on a little idle break, but I'm back now.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I didn't have anything to contribute, and I was just like, this is a good chance for me to take my idle break that I needed.
Okay, no worries.
You can always rely on me screaming for at least like 4 minutes about my problems.
No.
4 minutes.
So no, I really enjoy it.
I know.
I knew that I couldn't contribute.
I just always know that you can like sneak away, and I will still be going by the time you get back.
Well, I just didn't want to interrupt.
It is fine. Absolutely.
So
sometimes I don't know how the hell to jump into a conversation, so you're fine.
For real?
And we're 6 people. 6 people.
Yeah.
It's a huge collab.
Yeah.
I am otherwise super quiet, but there are some things where I will go absolutely feral.
The other
Same here.
CEO?
About you.
Well,
Anyway.
to this question from CEO, let's pronounce it like that. Otherwise, it gets
Oh my
confusing.
god, we're about to hit the 5-hour mark. What the fudge?
Oh god.
Are we really?
We're about to finish the list.
Oh my god.
No wonder I'm getting hungry.
It's been over 50 years. Let's do over 5 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
Right.
Zio.
Zeto for me.
Zeto.
So
Zio, Zeto.
I want to resolve
The
this
movie.
right here and right now. I'm gonna Google how it's pronounced in Japanese.
It's pretty much Zeto. I'm almost certain.
Z-O.
I've always thought it was Zoe.
Zo.
I don't know why. I don't know anything
Short of
about
the
it.
zoo.
It says, according to Kamen Rider Wiki, it's Zeto.
Zeto.
Yep.
Zeto
From
Kaiba.
now on,
Zeto.
that is how it's pronounced. Zeto. That's it.
I was hoping to find a clip from Let's Go Kamen Rider where they say the name out loud, but yeah. You have it right there.
I watched Zeto. I actually liked Zeto.
G isn't on here.
What?
No,
G?
G is an entirely different thing.
Oh, G.
But G
is S tier. G is S tier. It's that simple. He is a perfect man.
Okay,
For
good,
me,
good,
it would
good.
But I put Zeto somewhere in like A, B.
Yeah, I think that's fair. A is good.
Okay, with my S, that balances it to A. S! Such a great representation of Kamen Rider to me.
Yeah.
You know, earlier we were saying, I want to mention this now. Earlier we were saying that, and I still say this, like, just go for the series that looks cool to you. If you want to start Rider, or if you want to go for your next series or whatever, you know, you look at the Deno suit, oh, that looks amazing. You could just go for that. Or you listen to a song from Drive and, oh, that sounds amazing. I want to hear that song a lot. I want to hear the opening every time I watch it. Go for it. But there are some series that I think can be recommended as like the prototypical quote unquote Kamen Rider experience, the representation of what Rider is in general. And also series that have a long legacy in it now. And Set O is one of those movies that I think is really good for that. And it's great when I recommend this to people because a movie is great. Like it's just this one is like 44 minutes long, something like that. Maybe an hour at the most of your time.
I think this one's on YouTube too, right?
And there's that too. Yes, it's right there, officially uploaded with English subtitles, very accessible.
Yeah.
And that brings me to this thing that I recommend to anybody that wants to get into writer, the Sekiro special. It's also there on YouTube. And it's great because it gives you, literally, there's a history lesson. They take a moment to sit down in front of the TV and show you like the past 9 writers while introducing you.
They pop a tape in there. It's really good.
Yes.
It's really funny. I don't know if I would say it's S tier because it feels like the pilot of a show that never happened. But other than that, it's fun.
I think for that reason, I'd kind of put it at B, honestly. Like
for me, it's an A. It's an A because it's a fun time and he has returning actors and it's just a fun little.
That's true. That's true. The actors do a lot.
So that's why it's an A.
Yeah, I'd say A.
Yeah. S++.
Hold on. Yeah, so overall, the average for this is A. I want to say something, though. Kamen Rider Spirits, the manga, Kamen Rider Spirits, I'm going to zoom all the way in. S++ tier. I'm sorry. This is not subjective. This has got to be objective. S++.
No, objection.
Objection. Okay.
Objection. Here's the objection. I just want to say, I know why this is before I mention what my complaint is about that manga. I know why it is. Everything I've read from that manga, I've read like a whole chunk of it. I had a really good time with it. It's really fun. It's a fun continuation of the stories of the first 10 writers. Black should have been in there. I'm sorry. Black should have been in there. Why is Black always segmented away from the original writers? I know that the original, the first 10, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Black should have been in there. Black is just as important. Black is more important than Super 1. I'm sorry. Who cares about who Super 1 is?
Well, there's reasons for that. There's reasons for that, I can tell you.
What Yakuza has your belt, sir? I don't care. Okay? It's way more important.
Oh dear.
Wow. I don't care.
Wow.
Well, back to what you're
throw
saying,
your belt
though.
into the Sea of Japan.
It's gotta be Sekros because the way they had Sekros, Black. So Sekros, from Rider 1 to Sekros, from the original series to the Sekros special, they all share the same producer Toru Hirayama. And starting with Black is the first ever time. That's why it's so different than anything else it came before. No scarf, a full reboot, a full reimagining in many ways, as you said before already on the stream. And it's also because of the way Badan is a huge combination of all the organizations that came before it. Yeah. Sekros is just the story that brings it all together. Yeah. It's kind of like saying that, if you have Decade, not the best comparison maybe, but I think you can kind of see what I'm saying here. You have Cougar to Decade, and then you adapt a manga that retells the story of Decade and says way more than they said in the series. That they could say in a special, for example, because it's a manga and you have way more time with it and it's run for over 20 years. And you say, but why isn't Double in it? Like, I can see what you're saying, but at the same time, it's got to be like this. It's got to be like this. That being said, it would be great.
That, the writers between Black, RX, Shinzo, and Jay are kind of almost in their own kind of segment of things. And I feel that they are very true to Ishinomori's ideas. And I get that the original Two Cross are also really nostalgic and they're much more retro. Black is a writer that you put him next to modern writers, and he looks 80s, but he doesn't look that especially compared to early Heisei. He doesn't look if you put Black next to Ryuki, they don't look that dissimilar aesthetically. Whereas if you put Black next to the Cross and all the others, it's a different look. However, I want Black. Give me Black. Put Black in the manga.
I recall the artist. What was his name? The artist for the manga for Spirits. I had his name in the tip of my tongue, but the main artist behind it did do a drawing of Black and Kotaro, if I recall correctly. He also did one of Decade.
Nice.
What was his name? But
they should put Decade in there. They should put Decade in there just because Decade is funny.
I would love to see a Spirit style manga done, but with all the writers after that also. After Sekros, I mean.
Yeah. Oh no,
Cougar manga is still running, right?
It's a good manga.
The Cougar
It's still
manga's
running.
The double
What?
manga is still running. I'm not sure
yeah.
how long the Buster manga is. I don't know if
The
that's
what?
still going.
It's
Is
over
that still
already.
going?
It's over
Is
already.
it?
over?
Okay. Yeah, I didn't
No,
think it would be
what?
there's
that
several
long.
manga going on right now.
Kamen Rider Buster.
Yeah, he
Right
got a
now,
prequel
From
manga.
Saber?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
he got
What?
he got a
manga.
prequel
Prequel
manga.
manga.
It's pretty cute.
No
actually.
shit.
I haven't
That's
read it, but I've
cool.
seen good things about it. But it's great.
really
though.
cool.
Ryder has so much content beyond the TV show. Like, there's a lot of content coming out right now. Besides the specials and the show, like, there's a lot going on. And the manga is are one of those things. The ones that are running right now. So let's do a head count. So there's Spirits, which has been going since 2001. Futo PI, Futo Tante, Kamen Rider 913, Kaisa, the Kamen Rider Cougar Reimagining. Yeah, what's up?
Kaiza all has a manga too?
Yes, written by Inoue. Yes.
Oh, anyway.
Those
The
guys.
Cougar manga is also by Inoue. And they have Agito in it. I haven't read much in it, but I've seen it. And I think those are the 4 I know about. I don't know if there's any other one that you know of.
I don't think there are any other that are currently running. I think.
Yeah, that are concurrent.
Yeah.
That are still running.
Yeah.
I think the only other one I think was Buster.
They've announced an English
Yeah,
release
yeah.
of the Cougar manga.
Yes,
Oh, really?
they have. Yes, we
Yeah.
are getting that.
I didn't know about
licensed.
that.
Yeah,
That was
my
was
goodness.
pretty recent. That was within like the past. week, I
Anime
think.
when?
yeah,
Didn't they
Stone
announce
Dot-
it for
Stone Dot
Futo?
Comics?
I can't wait for Futo PI to get for that anime.
I need
I am
Kamen Rider
praying
Princess and
so
anime.
hard that we are getting Volume 6. I don't know what the pacing is going to be, but I need them to get to Volume 6. I need
I hope they don't
new
rush things, though.
Narumi content in 2022.
I do hope they cover everything. They have a lot to cover, which is great. But I hope that they don't rush it either, just so they can get to everything.
I'm hopefully like they'll give it multiple seasons. Because
Yeah,
there is
That's
a whole lot
that's
of
a good way
manga
to
that
approach it.
exists, so if we could get like 2 or 3 seasons of it, would be great.
But seeing an adaptation of Spirits in anime, like this is where I get into fanfic dreams. But Shunsuke Kikuchi was the main composer for the series. That's another thing they had in common. Rider 1 to Secros. Shunsuke Kikuchi was the composer for most, if not all of them. He is also known for composing the soundtrack for Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. And when you hear the music, they sound so similar to each other. So I keep picturing this anime of Kamen Rider Spirits. The way the action is done in the manga too, I can see it being Dragon Ball style with the Kikuchi classic soundtrack, and it would be like a lot of fans that don't know about Kamen Rider would probably be attracted to it. I think it would be a super success just to do
I'm sad to tell
something
you
like
that
that.
Kikuchi passed away last year.
No, yeah, I know about that. I think it was. I thought it was longer ago than that, but yeah, I do remember hearing about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
No,
the soundtrack for the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z is so much fun, and I really hate that they've changed it for the huge Dragon Ball person, but I hate that like Super or Kai or whatever the heck it was that remastered Dragon Ball Z kind of like had a new soundtrack, and
Kai,
like also and also like I'm sorry, one time I sat down to watch like the American dub of Dragon Ball with their new soundtrack, and the new soundtrack isn't bad, but it's such a completely different style, and it kind of explains why English language Dragon Ball fans are really weird. I'm sorry. Everyone thinks that Dragon Ball is this cool and
Hey,
bad.
you're
Everyone
fine.
thinks that
You're all good.
everyone thinks
That's
that DBZ
fair.
is
That's
this
fair.
cool and badass show, and it's meant to be weird and dumb. It's based
No, you're
on a
not wrong.
comedy.
it's both. It's
And,
both
like-
weird, dumb, and also cool, badass. I think
But
it's a great
I don't
balance.
think
of
it's
all
meant
of
to be cool and bad. I think it's meant to be funny. Like it has it has music that was literally. The music sounds like it's from a show made for children 10 years earlier, and that's why it's great, because it's this thick, kind of quirky, funny orchestral music a lot of the time, and I just feel like replacing that with
I mean,
cool
Let me say-
metal
DBZ
is like,
also
Let me say a
hit
brief
the
objection
US.
to that. Let me say a brief objection to that too. Shunsuke Kikuchi is great because I think he can go for extremely serious and like even terrifying degrees of his music. Like when he gets serious, he is really serious. Like you're feeling, I don't know, the breath of the great leader in the classic writer series, or you're feeling the breath of Frieza or Cell in Dragon Ball. And then he can get so hilarious with his Mr. Sana or Sayama music or whatever. And that's the great balance that I think happens.
I feel. I mean, my favorite piece from the Dragon Ball track is Piccolo's theme song, and that is like reflecting of the situation what I'm talking about because he's the most fearsome villain. He kills some of the main characters, and yet he has this bombastic, kind of ridiculous, trumpety theme song, and it's perfect. And it's just perfect. And it's like, and it's just like when I've heard like the American soundtrack and everything's just like rock and techno, and they're not bad compositions, but I'm just like, Dragon Ball is meant to have all these trumpets like a super robot show from the 70s, because this guy, I just checked, he did Grandizer as well. So that's the kind of stuff, and it's great, and I love it. I'm not criticizing it. I'm just saying that I feel like, Dragon Ball, you have to remember, Dragon Ball came out in the like mid 80s, like mid to late 80s, like for the original run of original and Z, and it's like that kind of soundtrack was really old school by that point. Everyone was doing synth rock, and it sounds fantastic. And I feel like replacing that with something more modern or with something cooler, it's so dumb.
I think so much of it is just the marketing from the time, because when Dragon Ball Z hit the US, it was around the same time as Sailor Moon. And they were really marketing, this one is the adventure show for girls, and this one is the adventure show for boys. And just really heavily leaned into what the marketing of that meant. Yeah. And it changed the tone of both shows so drastically that they are nigh unrecognizable in a lot of ways.
And some of the movies even go harder on it with their soundtracks in English. Like there's like metal in some of them. It's crazy.
Yeah, and also like, just to get this off my chest, they gave Americans Dragon Ball Z first. That
which is weird. Weird and confusing.
Actually, no, that's actually not true. Surprisingly enough, that's not true, because they actually tried to bring Dragon Ball over here first. However, they released, I think, a couple episodes out here with the English dub, and it flopped. It flopped 4 times before they wound up saying, you know what, let's just bring Z over. Let's see if this winds up sticking. And it stuck.
I can understand
so it
that
turns
from a
out
marketing
that
perspective.
So they wound up saying, okay, so Dragon Ball Z is actually more profitable, so let's go ahead and sell this one instead. They wound up doing all the dubs and everything, and then they finally said a couple years later, okay, now let's go ahead and dub Dragon Ball, and then send it over to everybody else. So yeah, it was kind of a oops.
Oops.
Yeah, so even though technically speaking the entire thing of Z was produced first, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, the original one, had several different forms.
But they did try. They at least tried.
But they didn't.
I respect that.
Yeah, they tried, but they didn't make it.
We got, at the same time, in around 94, 95, we got Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Original, and Saint Seiya. And no, we got Saint Seiya and Sailor Moon first in 95, and in 96 we got Original Dragon Ball. And Dragon Ball was a hit, like all 3 were a hit, but I would say that Saint Seiya was a much bigger hit, at least until Dragon Ball Z hit. And but I don't know, I was into the original Dragon Ball. But anyway, so we've got into a tangent. I'm really sorry.
No, you're fine. I brought it up. So yeah.
5 hours, holy crap.
Yeah, 5 hours.
With a 5-hour mark, we concluded the tier list.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Kaiden, can you not take a picture, but can you get the picture of it and put it on the Discord?
I'll have to download it.
Make a watermark tier so the watermark doesn't cover everything.
Yes, I'll do that too.
Thank you. Nice.
Okay. Okay. Let me just stop sharing my screen because yabai. I think if it shows my files, you will see my Kamen Rider NSFW stuff. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
Oh, you keep that close to your normal stuff? You gotta hide that. You gotta get that like 5 folders deep. Like off
even
the beaten
so.
path of your normal shit.
No shame. Gotta show
no,
that stuff.
no shame
up
in having
front.
it, but
No
you
shame.
gotta
Oh,
like,
actually, didn't show anything.
you gotta put that where other
No
people aren't
shame.
gonna stumble
No
across
shame.
it.
You got rider loots. You gotta show that up front. Gotta show off, man. Gotta flex.
I actually have big folders of Rider images, like a
I
lot
thought you were
of
gonna
images.
say NSFW. I was about to say I was kidding.
I mean, look, I have an
have-
entire folder of just Echidna from Q Ranger. That is literally like every frame she's in those 2 episodes.
Nice.
I don't have a problem. It's just that
I
there's
have a
not a
folder
lot of
dedicated-
You
content.
don't. I agree. You don't.
I do
I have a
some
folder.
things,
There's
I have a
no
folder where every
content.
time I watch an episode of Hibiki, I take aesthetic screenshots because that show is very aesthetic. And I have a whole
There's no
folder of
Oh my
Hibiki aesthetic.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, I can share a screenshot with you from the opening if you don't have it already. A really good one. I shared it there too.
What from Hibiki? What from Hibiki?
Hibiki, yeah, from the second opening.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Good one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save it. Yeah. Let me find that folder. It's a bit hard to find.
Oh wow! I didn't
Oh,
see
God.
this before. The Buster manga. That looks great.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
really like the art style is really good. The writing
to
is
read
pretty
it.
good too. It's cute. It's a cute little origin story for him and like how he met him and his wife. I was so glad when they put his wife in one of the last couple of episodes.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, thank God, she ain't dead. She just here. She just chilling in another country for a while,
Just chilling.
Oh.
just doing her thing. They pulled a Go Sager on me. That's the best bit in Go Sager.
I'm gonna selfishly dump a couple of screenshots into the chat.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
A couple of my Hibiki aesthetic folder. Just for
Aesthetic.
here. Yeah, it is very aesthetic. It's a very aesthetic show.
It is.
It's a very
Beautiful.
aesthetic show.
Hibiki's beautiful.
It's a gorgeous show. Hang on.
I'm just gonna dump my. This isn't even Rider related.
I don't know why it's only letting me put one at a time. That's weird. I
This
just want
isn't
to
even
upload like.
Rider related. My snake wife is just beautiful.
No.
She's just a beautiful snake lady, and I love her.
There we go. There you go. There you go. You got some Hibiki aesthetic. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna
Beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Man,
I'm gonna.
the thing
yeah,
about
wow.
they got me the most with Hibiki is swapping the voices for Doji and Hime's actors.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the first time they speak, it like sent chills up my spine because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm basically adding a slideshow behind us that's gonna be a selection of my Hibiki aesthetic folder. And it also has like some at least 1 or 2 funny images from it because it's pretty good.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, like you're not gonna be able to see it on the stream, but sorry, you'll be able to see it in the stream. You're not gonna be able to see it on Discord. Is what I meant.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
Oh, it's raining very hard.
Ooh.
there we go.
My poor
Yeah.
cat.
Yeah, I'm just putting that up there. My Hibiki aesthetic. Some of them are just funny. Like the time that Todoroki was wearing a Flogging Molly t-shirt in the same episode in which he wore a Weed t-shirt earlier.
I love Todoroki.
And he wears 3 t-shirts in that episode. One is a Weed t-shirt, one is a Flogging Molly t-shirt, and one is a t-shirt from like I think it has like the logo of like a post-war American-Japanese relief, like hunger relief agency or something like that. I don't know what was going on with his outfits in. I'm pretty sure that's Loving Bonito. Bonito of Love, the best episode of Hibiki. Not the best, but one of the funniest. Anyway.
Hey.
But yeah, was there... So we've done the tier list. We've streamed for 5 hours and 15 minutes to my reckoning. So
Yeah.
this might
Just
be
about.
a place to start
This
wrapping up.
has been a I think
Yeah.
I think it was a good
So
time.
I'm
I'm
I'm gonna do the
starving.
collab command. I'm gonna do the collab command so that people can see where to find.
Oh yeah, let me
Yes,
do. Let me do it too.
absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, hang on. It didn't come out right from mine. It didn't come out right. They all came out bugged
Put
out.
some spaces. Put some spaces between them.
Yeah,
That's what
do
I did.
enter.
Yeah.
Space them out, hit
Yeah.
enter, that kind of deal.
Yeah, that
Yeah, give me a minute.
happened to me too, and I put the spaces.
Yeah, did you put spaces after the URL?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Okay, give me a second, Dino, because I'm going to make the change.
So let me say them out loud too. Twitch.tv/GravePaladin. No, sorry, Grave_Paladin. Twitch.tv/KarateBogMom. Twitch.tv/JustyGuy. Twitch.tv/Maru_de_5. Well, you'll see them in the chat. Twitch.tv/SonicFoxPrower. And yours truly, Twitch.tv/Kaiden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for spending
Yes.
the final
Kaiden, thank
day
you for,
of the 50th anniversary with me.
Yes.
Likewise.
And thank you so
If you
much for
wanna-
accepting my invitation and for coming and everything, for
Yes,
for
thank
being
you
Yeah,
so
able to
much
be
for
yeah.
here.
inviting us
Thank
and,
you so
and
much.
hosting and planning
Absolutely,
everything.
man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm
So,
sorry for all my unhinged ranting.
No, it's
Don't
good.
worry,
Don't
don't
That's,
apologize
this,
for
is,
that.
this is what you
Good.
come here for.
Always.
Please,
Always.
if you only knew how much I would rant myself. We still haven't fought properly about GO, about Ryuki. I need to fight you, okay?
Oh boy.
I will. I
Uh-oh.
try. My thing is, I would much rather talk about the things I enjoy than the things I don't. So
Yeah.
for stuff like Gaim
Yep.
and Geo, I just normally don't talk about
yeah.
them. Because
Yeah.
one, I don't think it's fair to the people that do like them, that are in my audience to talk about how much I dislike them. And it's just more fun for me to talk about the things I like. So, like, I'll touch on them, it'll come up,
That's
but
fair, that's
I
fair.
try mostly to, if for Zio, I try to find positive things to talk about, which is mostly, like, the legacy content, because, again, like, Hibiki, Den-O, Blade, those arcs were incredible, they were great.
Oh, for sure.
But I mostly try to stick to stuff I enjoy, just because I think it's more fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's
Yeah,
why Saber
I
to
want
me
to
is
thank-
just random disaster.
That's honestly,
Oh dear.
that's fair.
I
That
like
is
Toma.
fair.
Before we end, because I think what would make most sense for me is to end the call and then end my stream so that I can like do a raid and stuff. And I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
if people all want to raid together, that would also be fun if people want to do that. But
Before I do,
Oh,
so
well, actually, I'm not going to end my stream myself. I'm going to have karaoke for Kamen Rider.
no worries.
So I'll raid
Nice.
later, probably.
all right. So
Okay.
before I end my stream and raid, I want to give the floor to you guys. Do you have some final words? Anything you want to say to the chat?
Well, you start, Grave. Let's do it in the order. you can start,
Do
Grave.
this in order again? Okay.
Okay. Everything's in the order.
Much better that way.
gotta respect the order. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this special collab stream of the 50th anniversary for Kamen Rider. I had a real lot of fun for this. Hope you guys did too.
Yes.
Again,
Yes.
I'm Grave, the Humagear photography Humagear. I play a lot of fighting games. I get mad. I eat wasabi. You can find me over at
Maniac.
twitch.tv. You can find me over at twitch.tv/grave_paladin. Who else is next on the order? Justy.
Justy.
I guess.
Yes,
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I had a lot of fun talking to all of you about this series that we all love so much. You can, watch me at whenever I'm not dying at Twitch or YouTube at Just a Guy. I'm making a visual novel that's got a lot of toku stuff in it, as much as I can fit in by myself anyway. It's called Stardust Dreamers. And yeah, I guess that's about it. Happy anniversary, everybody.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Twitch.tv/justtiguy. Yeah, make sure you also say your Twitch link, like like you were saying there. So myself, I am Kaiden. I'm not ending my stream myself. On my end, I'm still gonna go for a little bit, having some writer karaoke. But overall, though, again, thank you everybody for being here. This was a lot of fun, especially the tier list part. I could tell we were having the most fun on that part. So that would be great to do so again, because we were supposed to do more tier lists, but time really gained
got
on
away
us.
from us.
It really just flew by.
Yeah. So it would be great to do other writer streams in the future. And kind of having some ideas that might be good, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. So yeah, myself, I am Kaiden, sentient star cluster brought into human form as a VTuber, and I stream other games a lot. I mostly play video games on the stream, but I also do other content like this, and a lot of covers on Twitter, YouTube, and my other social media.
I love
stuff
them.
like that.
Your covers are so much
Thank you,
fun.
Maru. Thank you. Right back at you.
Like sometimes when I have them on my phone, and then I just started singing along. Great.
Oh, I love it. Yes. Sing along to them. Sing. And yeah, for me, it's twitch.tv/Kaiden for the Twitch link, KHAIDEN. Over to you, Maru.
Oh, it's my turn. So yes, I just want to say thank you, everybody. I really had a good time. I'm sorry sometimes I wasn't as chatty as I could have been because there's a lot of shows that I haven't seen, but I really had a good time. Thank you for letting me ramble about Hibiki. I just really like sharing our love for the writers. It's I don't know. I always have a really nice time because it's such a, as a franchise, it's so like, so many of the shows are so different from each other, and so it kind of, the diversity of perspectives on it, it's so huge that it makes conversations about it really interesting to me, like more than they would be about other things, I would feel, other nerd franchises. So I really had a good time with that. I have been Maru DeCinco. I'm the hero of hope and the idol of tomorrow. You can find me at twitch.tv/Maru_de_cinco, Twitter @Maru DeCinco. If you want to hear my my hot takes. I don't have that many hot takes, but the other day I said something pretty, almost very unfairly brutal. I said something very brutal about Power Rangers fans. I'm sorry. It was a bit unfair.
Hold on. I'll be looking at your Twitter. What'd you say about Power Ranger fans?
I'm sorry. I like some Power Rangers. I do like some Power Rangers, but yeah.
I like Power Rangers too.
But I want to say, thank you to everybody for being here. I'm gonna end my stream after we do the call. We're gonna do a raid, but thank you, kind of, for organizing. Thank you everybody for showing up, and thank you to everyone in all of our audiences who contributed your opinions and your ratings, and a lot of you who and I know that some of you were not people that knew that much about Writer and that you wanted to learn, and so I'm really glad that you joined us for that.
Yes.
So
I agree with that.
Thank you. And who's next? Who's next?
Sonic Box.
That's me.
Sonic.
So I really am. I really do appreciate being part of this as an ability to share my love for this bug Karate Man show. I know I'm not. I know I'm not alone in that. I am proud to actually be part of this community. I look forward to the more collaborations. I do apologize again I apologize as well for not talking as much. I'm still, as seen before, I'm still a baby when it comes to Kamen Rider. I'm not as well versed with the writers. I am more versed with the stories and characters as well. That's probably what's actually got me into it the most. But yeah, once again, my name is Miles, Guardian of Many Smiles, or Miles Thatcher if you'd prefer. You can follow me at twitch.tv/Sonic Fox Prower, and yeah. So smile on, everybody.
And
Smile on.
Sono.
And I, bringing up the end, Sonami-kan, reformed villain, helping the heroes. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for joining me. Would love to be with you all again. I know Maru and I like talk all the time and collab all the time. Well, we've collabed like twice, but we're gonna. But I would love to do more with all of you. I had an absolute blast. The fact that I went off on my unhinged rants should be proof enough of how comfortable I am with all of you. Because I do not do that in most spaces anymore, which is a story of its own for another time. But thank you all so much. I had a lovely time. Keep growing out there.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you too. You too.
Yeah.
You too.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. With that, we can wrap it up each
Yeah.
individually.
Yeah.
So
I
thank
only
you.
have I only have one final word to say to everybody. Henshin, motherfuckers.
Oh, yes!
Like the henshin.
no.
Yes, let's go.
Henshin,
Let's
bitches.
go. Henshin.
Good night, folks.
Good night,
Good night.
everybody.
Good night.
Good
Have a
night.
good one.
Good
Have a good
night.
one.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay. Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us all today. I think we're gonna raid Kaiden, just because Kaiden is still going. But thank you all so much. We will be back on Wednesday with more art stuff. Next Friday and Sunday, we will probably not have any streams because I'm going to be away. There may be one on Sunday, but there's almost definitely not going to be one on Friday. Thank you, Cold Zero. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I would absolutely love to have you back next time. We have a lot of fun here. I promise next time all of my shit won't be broken. I think something about the collab fucked up some of my shit. But you'll get to see all the fun shit we do next time. But thank you all very, very much. I love you all to death. And I will see you all next time. We're going to raid Kaiden, who's still going. And I'll see you all on Wednesday. Oh, thank you. That's where all of my power is stored. I keep it in there. But we're going to raid Kaiden now. Y'all have a lovely, lovely rest of your Sunday. I need to go eat dinner.